night comes alive. MaxspeedTV, where the races thrive. Tires burn, a crowd leans in. This is where the action begins. Wheels spin, sparks ignite. Under the lights is a fierce fight. Chats alive like a racing heart. Is a place where legends start. Oh, MaxspeedTV, full throttle run. Broadcast and great chat, second to none. League action racing under the sun. MaxspeedTV, where the fun's never done. Thank you, Chevyland.com. Now hurry, get you one, son. Tell MaxspeedTV sent you. Engines roll, the night comes alive. MaxspeedTV, where the races thrive. Tires burn, a crowd leans in. This is where the action begins. Wheels spin, sparks ignite. Under the lights is a fierce fight. Chats alive like a racing heart. Is a place where legends start. Oh, MaxspeedTV, full throttle run. Broadcast and great chat, second to none. League action racing under the sun. MaxspeedTV, where the fun's never done. Thank you, Chevyland.com. Now hurry, get you one, son. Tell MaxspeedTV sent you. Engines roll, the night comes alive. MaxspeedTV, where the races thrive. Tires burn, a crowd leans in. This is where the action begins. Wheels spin, sparks ignite. Under the lights is a fierce fight. Chats alive like a racing heart. Is a place where legends start. Oh, MaxspeedTV, full throttle run. Broadcast and great chat, second to none. League action racing under the sun. MaxspeedTV, where the fun's never done. Thank you, Chevyland.com. Now hurry, get you one, son.
A better price somewhere else? Good luck finding it. Chevyland is shaking up North Louisiana, moving more Chevrolets than anyone around. And when you move volume, the numbers work in your favor. More inventory, more buying power, more ways to put serious money in your pocket. Choose from over 300 new Chevrolet vehicles priced to move right now. See what happens when pricing is pushed to the edge and the customer comes first. Don't take our word for it. Come see the numbers yourself. Chevyland, your Silverado headquarters. Shopping for a new Chevy? Chevyland stands apart from the competition. Explore over 12 acres and more than 260 vehicles with truckloads of savings, like $10,000 off select new 2026 Silverado 1500s, 1.9% financing on Blazer and Silverado, plus the Chevyland Advantage, 12 months complimentary maintenance. That's peace of mind, only at Chevyland. And that's why we're #1 in North Louisiana. Come see the difference for yourself at Chevyland, your Silverado headquarters.
races left before we get to the Independence Week break. However, we've still got some racing to do tonight and next week. Let's go ahead and dive into tonight. Welcome, everybody. Steven, Dallas, Ron, Brendan, already in chat here tonight. I'm glad to see you all already tuning in. Should be a great race. Boy, I know Thursday night we had a fantastic TNT race right here on MaxspeedTV. One early caution in that race, and then they went green flag the rest of the way. It was a great 90 lap Atlanta race. If y'all have not watched that, y'all really need to go back and watch that race. But do it after tonight's race. Do it sometime tomorrow or whenever y'all get a chance. Hopefully we have a great one here tonight with the OP Super Speedway Unlimited Truck Series Season 19, round number 6. So a halfway mark as well here at Daytona tonight, sponsored by Rick Siebrands and of course presented to you all by MaxspeedTV. We've already got the pre-race analytics loaded up here for everybody to look at. Air temp, track temp, not too bad out there. 66 air and 82 track. A little bit of a wind, but I don't think it's going to be too bad. We'll see how the track is when they actually get into race time. Of course, Saturday's 100 laps tonight. No different. It's 100 laps. Hopefully we get some green flag stops. Of course, tires, not a problem because they have unlimited tires. Fuel, however, 45% fuel load here tonight, about 15, 18 laps, give or take, plus or minus, 2 to 5 or 3 to 5, somewhere around in there. Really depending on if they're saving or not. I don't think they would be early, but you never know with these guys. They could save, they could burn up their stuff. You just don't know from lap to lap or race to race. So we'll see, but 15 to 18 is what we're really going to be looking out for. Of course, pit road here at Daytona is 60 miles an hour with a pace speed of 70 here. And of course, pit road, always a dangerous spot. People can get caught speeding or, having trouble on pit road. But, the point standings here coming into tonight are very, very different indeed. We got a lot of ties coming into tonight. A lot of points changing, a lot of, the drop weeks, though. I don't know if they do drop weeks for Saturdays. They may, but a lot of action. I mean, point standings are really close, if y'all can't tell by the look of it here. Adam Kilday, Rick Sanchez at the top spot at 183. Christopher Jordan is not that far back in third. He's only 24 behind Adam and Rick, so still in striking distance. And then we have another tie for fourth between Vicente Guerrero and Anthony English, 155, 4 points behind Christopher Jordan. Harold Rothery in sixth at 153. He is only 2 behind English and Guerrero. Then another tie here in the top 10, tied for, this will be tied for seventh between Gabe Butler and Forrest Sparks, 147. They are 6 behind Harold Rothery. Then Rick Siebrands, of course, our sponsor out here tonight. A big shout out to Rick for sponsoring tonight's race. He is in 9th at 142, 5 behind Sparks and Butler. And then Andrew Zonto rounding out the top 10 in 10th at 141. He is 1 point behind Siebrands. Mark Mann in 11th at 132, 9 behind Zonto. Jeff Crosby Sr. in 12th at 129. He is 3 behind Mark Mann. Andrew Schroeder in 13th at 128. He is 1 behind Crosby Sr. Bubba Winningham at 14th at 124. 4 behind Schroeder. Travis Elliott at 15th at 118. He is 6 behind Bubba. And then that tie for 16th. So right here is where, the cutoff is at 16. So if somebody goes into the, after the last race is tied for 16th, then they'll go to the tiebreakers, and we'll talk about that later. But, tonight, Jerry Bergeron and Dana Shepard at 113, tied for the 16th spot. Both of them 6 behind Travis Elliott. So points are relatively close. And coming into tonight, not a huge field. at the present time. We'll see if more drivers jump in here. 2.5 minutes left here in practice. So they're running out of time to get in here. So we'll see if we get more drivers in here or not. But we're going to step aside, play our national anthem here tonight, folks. Qualifying will be underway when we come back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that Star Spangled Banner yet wave o'er the land under the free and the home of the brave? Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight to invade the name of the brave. We are the U.S. of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. Stand of the brave, the U.S. of A. Oh, say, does that Star Spangled Banner yet wave o'er the land under the free and the
This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're watching MaxspeedTV.
All righty, folks, qualifying underway. And it looks like 24 trucks out here tonight. We do got drivers out here putting in their qualifying lap. Some of them have already even started their first lap. Rick Sanchez, Dustin Logston, Joseph Holder, Rem Wyatt, Jason Berg, Ron Dill. I know Ron said something in chat earlier tonight. He wanted me to take a look at it here. Sponsor on the on his truck here. Armand's Pizza. In business, I think he said like 51 years, and they are finally hanging up the reins here. So that's a long time. 51 years in business. So big shout out to them for staying in business that long, and just doing what y'all do. And the pizza, he said it was really, really good. So of course I live in Arkansas, so unfortunately probably would have never got a chance to eat there. But time's rolling in here. Zachary Workman up at the top spot. Rick Sanchez in second. Dustin Logston third. More drivers are still out here. Looks like Adam Kilday set at the exit of pit road. Dwayne Corbett fixing to come out. Scott Warren, Christopher Jordan, Harold Rothery is on his first lap, and no surprise, Anthony English goes to the top spot, beating Zachary Workman with a 51.407. Zachary with a 51.434, so 26 thousandths of a second. Scott Warren jumps into second at a 51.430. What a lap there by Scott. What a lap there by Anthony, too. That was impressive. Christopher Jordan is on his first lap here in the number 78 machine. We're going to watch him real quick. Nobody else. But Josh Ball is on his first lap as well. He just started his first lap. Christopher Jordan will be coming down to the wire here in about a minute left. So probably going to end up with Anthony on pole here. We'll see. We don't know for sure. I mean, Christopher, Josh, they could pull out all the stops and knock him off the top spot with a 51.504, and that's not going to be enough, but that is going to be enough to put him in seventh. Dwayne Corbett, he is not going to finish his. Josh Ball, though, with a 51.449. That is going to be good enough for third, and that is all that is going to qualify here. Anthony English in that number 44 machine grabbing the pole out here tonight. Let's go ahead and grab Anthony and pull him up here real quick. Hang on a minute. Oh, okay. All right. Never mind. Okay, so he wants me to do it with somebody else. Then I guess something is going on here. So, okay. All right. Well, we can go ahead and do that. Congratulations to Anthony English on pole here tonight. We will go ahead and pull, I guess, Scott Warren up here if I can find him. Well, I don't know where he's at. He might not be in here. Well, why don't we just go ahead and get our sponsor up here? Why don't we go ahead and do that? Rick Siebrands, buddy, got a copy?
Hey, loud and clear.
Hey, man. Well, I was told not to interview Anthony. I guess he's getting ready to do something. But anyway, so he told me to pull somebody else up. So I picked you. Your sponsor and I here tonight. It's round number 6, buddy. It's Daytona. Not the best qualifying, but hey, it's Daytona, man. Talk about it. What's going to happen down there?
How generous of Yeti to sponsor tonight's race, and what better way to represent the sponsor than starting from last, right? I don't know. You must be really scraping the bottom of the barrel if you're interviewing last place tonight. But we'll take it, man. Yeah, we're excited. It's gonna be a good race. Yeah, we're looking forward to maybe sticking around to the end of this and seeing what we got for them.
Yeah, I mean, not a whole lot of drivers, but 24 trucks out there is still plenty for things to happen. So
yeah, 24 trucks, Father's Day weekend,
Yep.
summer Saturday night. The numbers are going to go down at some point, but 24 on a Saturday night's pretty. See, we get spoiled over here. We're used to like 55, truck fields, on Saturdays. So, we'll see how tonight goes with a 24-car field. That's respectable.
definitely so. All righty, Rick. Well, good luck down there. I know you're starting toward the back, but it's 100 laps, man. So
Yeah,
go out
long
there
way to
and-
go.
Go out there and see what you can do, buddy. Good luck.
Absolutely. Have fun up there tonight.
Yep. Thank you, Rick.
You bet.
All right. Well, that is Rick Siebrands out here. Of course, Rick is starting toward the back. Anthony English, of course, started on the pole, and he, I guess, was fixing to do a speech or something. I don't know. But anyway, out of respect, we went ahead and did that, but we're going to go ahead and grid them up here. Anthony English grabbing the pole. Congratulations to Anthony on pole. Scott Warren going to start on the outside of him in second. Josh Ball third. Zachary Workman fourth. Rick Sanchez fifth. Dustin Loxton sixth. Jason Berg seventh. Christopher Jordan eighth. Ron Dill ninth. And Dave Hunt rounding out the top 10. Andrew Zonto 11th. Joseph Holder 12th. And Dallas Childers 13th, Jeff Crosby Sr. 14th, Alex Green 15th, Rem Wyatt 16th, John Spizek 17th, Harold Rothery in 18th. Jerry Bergeron, the last one to qualify, is going to start 19th. And Rick Siebrands, who we talked to here, first one not to qualify, he is going to start 20th. Mark Mann 21st, Dwayne Corbett 22nd, Forrest Sparks 23rd, Adam Kilday will round it out here in 24th. Of course, we all know Adam Kilday dominating so far this season. He's got 3 wins, finished second in round 4, I believe it was. Yeah, finished second in round 4. And then, of course, in round 5 last week, Vicente Guerrero came out victorious there. And I don't think Adam... No, Adam was not there at that race, so nevertheless, still going to be a good race here tonight. Pace car off to the safety of pit road for the first time. Here we go, coming to the start zone. Got to go on green at all times. Green flag is out. Boogity, 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 folks. Here we go. Wally the Robot out in chat. Don Jordan out here tonight. That would be the 78 of Christopher Jordan, I do believe. I think that is the only Jordan we have, so I would think that would be him. All right, we'll try to get Anthony up here at some point, but on the back stretch, diving it down into turn number 3 here already. Zachary Workman dropping it down in front of the 44. Who's going to lead the first lap? Scott Zachary, tri-oval, start-finish line right in the middle of it. And that lap is going to go to the 76 of Scott Warren. 1 lap down, 99 to go. Dustin Loxton dropping it down to the bottom in front of Zachary Workman. Side by side, all the way through the field to the tail end to Adam Kilday here in the 85. We know Adam, though, he's not going to stay back there. So he'll stay back here early. Adam stole Anthony's cheat code. Oh, door to door out of 2 or out of 4. And the second lap, that is going to be the 76 once again. Looks like at the moment the outside line is where you want to be. Let's check our track temp here. Still 82, so not bad. I do not know what time it is in the sim, so I couldn't tell you, if it's early or what. But, man, we are watching the outside here, and now the 53 of Dave Hunt going to drop it down to the bottom, and I believe he is in a different paint than what we're used to him being in. Oh, he is in an aerospace maintenance duty paint. 53, usually in the Embry-Riddle, but not tonight. No, then Eric, you would think it would be hotter than what it is. Ooh, watching the 10, Dallas Childers. I know Dallas was out in chat here too. He was saying DC 10 to victory lane tonight. So I know Dallas is going for Dallas. I do know that. That's obvious. Alex Green working himself all the way up to third from 15th in 4 laps. Door to door out of 4. Once again, Anthony English falling back to 11th. John Spicek up from 17th to 7th. Got some movers and goers already here. Martin Mann at the tail end of that second lane. Right behind the 161 of Forrest Sparks back here in 16th. Sask in and out there. 89-14. Scott Warren rocking the breakthrough Tough One Diabetes scheme. I think he was also running something like that of either last week or the week before. And of course, I do know several people who, who are diabetics, whether they're type 1 or type 2. Being a diabetic is rough regardless. So, yep, see it right there on Scott Warren, the breakthrough T1D. All right, got some good paints out there here this evening. Now, I personally am not a diabetic, but I do know I've got family members that are. I will not mention names or anything. Dallas Childers leading a lap, coming from 13th to 1st. Breaking through the field here and got a bonus point going to him. I do believe they get bonus points for leading a lap. I think they do that on Saturdays. 3 wide back here. That is the one of Jerry. Rolling around Mark Mann, and they're still 3 wide. Here comes the 85 of Adam Kilday. See, I told you guys he would not stay back there. He is bringing the 9 right along with him. That is Dwayne Corbett. Here we go. Oh, Eric, I did not know that, buddy. Ooh, I think, oh, we've got him off into the grass. We've got a yellow. And now I believe they may be still wrecking here. Oh, no. Justin Loxton, Harold Rothery. It looks like they might have got connected together here. Let's see here. The 19 of Zachary Workman. Okay, so Adam Kilday was right there. That's where that 3 wide. We know Adam was working his way up through the field here, and it looks like, oh, right there's where the contact, more contact, and then contact there with Dwayne Corbett. And that's what sent the 18 finally down into the 81. Dwayne Corbett's going to get a piece of it. The 81 of Dustin. Now, of course, we know Harold also got into the mix on that as well. So the first yellow is out. And unfortunately, it's going to send a few drivers to the back. I don't think they'll have to use their fast repair. I don't see a meatball on either one of them, on Dustin or Harold, but that doesn't mean that they have some significant damage, they really won't know until they get into pit road. Yeah, Eric. Yeah, Steven, I think he was telling me about that. And I think you called me when they did that. Of course, you know me. I don't say personal, stuff when it comes to stuff like that, because frankly, it's, if I get told, it's, nobody else's business unless, you tell them. So, you know how I am. You've known me long enough to know. Well, all right, down on pit road. All right, off of pit road. Here we go. It doesn't look like Santo pitted. So off of pit road first is going to be Scott Warren, then Alex Green, then John Spizek, Josh Ball, Dave Hunt, Jason Berg, Rem Wyatt, Zachary Workman, and Dallas Childers, Jerry Bergeron, Rick Sanchez, Forrest Sparks, Dwayne Corbett, Christopher Jordan, Joseph Holder. Looks like these guys back here, Anthony English and Covenant, it looks like these guys might have went ahead and taken 4 tires. I am seeing dust or smoke or something come off of one. Okay, so it is Forrest Sparks here. He's on the apron, so I believe it's dust coming up off the track there. For a moment, it looked like it was smoke. So it looks like Zonto is not coming down. He is going to... Oh, yeah, here he comes. Never mind. He made a liar out of me. Spizek? Oh, I was always told it was Spizek, so... Yeah, that's what I was told. I was told it was Spizek with a Z. Kyle Warren, there you are. I was wondering where you was at, buddy. Lap 11. Still a lot of laps left to go. I do want to check on the drivers. Nobody used their fast repair, Dustin or Harold. So the damage wasn't significant enough. Probably a good thing. They only get 1 fast repair if they need it. So if you don't need it early, don't use it. Yeah, I got to get Anthony up here, too, because he grabbed the pole and he was doing a speech or something. I don't know. But I got to get him up here at some point, too. I gotta try to interview a couple of drivers out here tonight. I know tomorrow, Father's Day, so big shout out and happy Father's Day, early happy Father's Day, I guess you could say, to all the fathers out there here tonight. Whether you're expecting or you are, or maybe you're like a father to somebody, you know. Here we go. Green is back out once again. It's the better of the Warren brothers. Wow. Well, Steven, I keep saying that too, but, you know, Kyle disagrees. Oh, man. Kyle even says that Scott is the I wouldn't say, I don't think he put it the better brother. I think he said the more competitive brother or something like, I don't know. How did you word that, Kyle? I don't want to put words in your mouth you didn't say. But I know it was something along those lines. But anyway. Cooler brother. That's it. That's how you said it. Yeah. Cooler brother. All right, well, speaking of Scott Warren, he is on the bottom here behind the 10 of Dallas Childers. Josh Ball, however, in the 33 on the outside, leading the way with the 121 of Jason Berg, who is actually on track, but in chat as well. So hopefully, you know, he hears me talking about him and he doesn't mess up or anything, but he was the one saying that it was Speezik, not Spizik. So I don't know. We'll have to get him up here at some point and ask him. Here we go. Watching the 85 and the 9 again. Dwayne Gorman out in Kilday trying to make another run up to the top. And, well, they're going to go, oh, 85-45 touched. Ooh. And I think that is actually, that's John. John is on the bottom here in the 54. So who is in the 45? That's Joseph Holder. Okay. So another hiccup on a number here, but 489. We know that's Speezik or Spizik. I'm going to continue to call him Spizik until I actually get a correct thing from him. All right, watching the outside here. Dave Hunt, Logston, Workman, Rim Wyatt. Rim Wyatt in the 995. He looks like driving a 90 car or 60 car here. But he is on the outside as well, side by side throughout the field. And another look at Ron Dill's car, or truck in this case, the 031. And 3 wide, golly, that 3 wide up here, 76-85. Of course, we know who the 85 is. What's a memory, right? What's a memory? 76, Scott Warren caught in the middle here. Doesn't really have any help at the moment. Looks like Zachary Workman rolling up through here in the Instacart. I'm going to Instacart the 76 right down into the bottom line. That's going to leave Zachary Workman up to the middle. Nope, he come down. Never mind. I thought he was going to stay up the top side, but he didn't. He went ahead and come down to the bottom. So probably a good idea. But we're still 3 wide up here. Scott still in the middle, watching Rick Sanchez there. Or as we have called him in the past, Bubba Sanchez. Or we got Bubba Sanchez and Rick Winningham. So, you know. But old Rick right here in the number 5. Anybody seen Belva lately? Hopefully she's okay. You guys are nuts. Yeah, she could be. A 3 wide, 2 rows deep, and about 3rd row back. Rick in the middle, and not a lot of room at Daytona for sure. So, man, Sanchez all over the back of Dwayne Corbett. You also have him kind of battling back here in the back as well. Not 3 wide back there, but still a lot of side-by-side going on. 3 wide, though, is up here. And, oh, you got old John rolling up on the outside. In that 489, that is Basic. John the Third. There we go. We can just go away with the last. Whoa, they're doing. Oh, this is going to be a big one. No! Couple of drivers hard into the wall. They're still wrecking. Whoa! All right. Well, let's get a look at this because it looks like possibly the 9 and the 489 or 54. This is where it all began right there. Oh, it looks like the 9 of Dwayne come up onto John right there. Oh, yeah, several times. So this is where it all actually began right here. The 9 of Dwayne Corbett rolling up right into John, and you know it was on from there. John's truck just broke loose, and then right there more contact, and then the 76 also going to get in the mix of this, and that is going to send the 9 and the 76, Dwayne Corbett and Scott Warren, all right into the pit wall, both back up onto the track. The 06, it looks like Zonto is going to either get damage or glitch through them. I don't know exactly, but regardless, something was going on there, and then we've got to get back up on here to John because then he comes back up onto the track after sliding through the grass here, and right there, he gets back up onto the track, and I believe he is going to get hit here, or does he? No, he does not. He does not get hit. Okay, good. Good deal. So he does not get hit, and I don't know how some of these drivers managed to squeak through this, but Rick Siebrands here, he sees the mess going on up ahead of him, and then right there, I don't know how in the world he was able to get through that, but he did, and Zonto got through it as well. Let's go on cockpit here with Zonto real quick and see if he got any damage or if he actually glitched through everybody. No, I think he glitched through everybody, to be honest with you. Interesting. Now, he is on pit road here, but wow. All right. Well, then, back up front we go. It looks like Jeff Crosby Sr. came down but didn't stop. I would imagine he'll probably come back down. So Dustin Logston, Josh Ball, and Rick Sanchez going to be the first 3 off of pit road. Then it looks like Christopher Jordan didn't come down, or he did come down, didn't pit. Followed by Dave Hunt, who did come down. Then Dallas Childers, Rem Wyatt, Jason Berg, Harold Rothery, Joseph Holder, Forrest Sparks, Jerry, Zachary, Adam, Alex, Anthony. All right, well, let's see here if maybe we can get Anthony up here real quick and have a talk to him here tonight. Anthony English, bud, got a copy?
Hey!
Yeah, hey, bud, I know you were busy at the start, so we didn't get a chance to get you up here. I did get your message, so, but, you know, you started up front, didn't lead any laps, you fell back, now you're kind of mired in 18th, some accidents going on down there here, but, hey, it's Daytona. What's going on, buddy? How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm kind of just Chilling. I think chilling is my new word for you. Every time that we talk, I'm either chilling or I'm racing.
Chilling.
Right now, we're just in chilling.
Right now, you're just chilling. So, are you
Just chilling.
are you trying to figure out a way to get hooked up with maybe Adam Kilday? Because that dude not afraid to go 3 wide.
Eh, not yet. Not at the moment, I don't think. Right now, I'm just trying to stay, maybe mid-pack, maybe just a little further back, keep up with him, maybe just save some fuel and, nail my stops and stuff when we get green flags, if we get green flags, and I hope we get green flags. So,
Yeah, man, I gotta
we'll see
say,
here.
Thursday was an amazing race. Had that one early caution and then straight green from there. So, hopefully we get some green flag stops here tonight. If we do, man, that's gonna change a lot. So,
yeah, hopefully it, it's Saturday night, everybody's having a good time, so hopefully, it settles down here a little bit. I think it will. I think we'll get some green flag stops here, and it will probably separate us a little bit. And that's the only thing I'm worried about, really, is just staying with the pack right now, hitting our stops if we get them, and then hoping to be somewhere in the front pack to contend, a little bit later.
Yeah. It's way, way early right now. So, all right, buddy, we're gonna let you get back to it, Anthony. Congratulations on the pole here tonight, and then we'll see what happens the rest of the race, bud.
Thank you very much, good sir.
Thank you, bud. All right, we'll get him back down there. Of course, no teams on Saturday, so they just race with whoever. Anthony is trying to get close enough to pickpocket Adam and steal his cheat code back. Wow. Oh, man. That's wrong there, Steven. The ketchup toast, huh? Oh, man. All right, here we go. Pace car will dive off to the safety of pit road, coming to lap 23 here tonight. Already rolling down some laps here. Almost a quarter of the way through the race already here tonight. Josh Ball going to be on the rails on the loud pedal here, and he is on green flag, and he is gone. Looks like Josh going to the top side here with Dustin. So possibly these two working together. I pretty much put Dave Hunt down there on the bottom until he gets some help behind him. And that is going to be Rem Wyatt and Harold Rothery coming up. But look at the outside line. It's 121 of Jason Berg. Oh, there goes the 10. Dallas Childers going to the bottom. Looks like Zachary Workman, Jerry. Here comes Adam as well on the outside. John is coming up as well. Rick Sanchez on the bottom here. The 15 of Crosby Sr., Christopher Jordan. And it does look like we've got a couple that did use their fast repair. John had to use his. Scott Warren had to use his. And the 9 of Dwayne Corbett. Of course, we know the 2 that slammed into the pit road wall. Whoa, 76 and the 9. Going at it back here. That punted the 76 into the wall. Now, it looks like Scott's going to fall behind the 9 here and maybe try to put your differences aside if you have any and, get back up to Andrew Zonto in the lead pack. Hopefully nothing malicious is gonna happen down there on the track here tonight. We don't like seeing any type of retaliation or anything, and I don't think any of these guys would do it. But, the tempers, they do get the best of us. So, I'm at fault. I've retaliated on iRacing before, and let's just say it's not pretty of the consequences. I will say that. Okay, I did have to read that twice as well, Steven, so you're not the only one. too. All right, well, Josh Ball, 12 laps under his belt. Dustin still looking to maybe lead a couple here early. Adam Kilday up to third, started dead last. And like I said, I knew he wouldn't stay back in the back long. The 121 of Jason Berg right behind them. It looks like Zachary Workman leading that bottom line. Just that bottom line is not rolling. Quarter of the way through the race here and halfway through the halfway mark. I guess you could even say that too. 24 drivers still. Oh, Scott Warren is on a pit road here. Not sure what's going on with Scott. Looks like Dwayne Corbett is 2 laps down as well. Scott 3. So there is some ground to make up for the both of them if Scott does come back out. And it looks like Scott might have taken his car behind the wall here tonight. So Scott Warren in the 76 done for the evening here. Oh, man. Well, a big shout out to everybody tuning in here tonight. Looks like we've got about 17 watching and 5 likes. If you haven't already, hit that like button here tonight. We do appreciate everybody tuning in, whether you're talking or not. And, of course, a big shout out to everybody that is typing it up in chat here tonight as well. Y'all know I try to pay attention to it, so a lot of side-by-side at the moment. And a whole lot of wiggling. No 3 wide as of yet. I think they've calmed down on that for now. I don't expect it to stay this way, but as of right now, we're just side-by-side. Oh, the 45 of Holder. Hold it. No pun intended either. Just hold it. Oh. And he's going to hold it down on the bottom. He's going to go ahead and roll back. Ooh, that could have been bad. But Joseph did a fine job of, not getting into anybody, getting it on the apron, and just falling back. Knows it's a pretty long race. He does have Dwayne Corbett. If maybe them two can get connected together here and, maybe get up to Mark Mann. We got a second pack right here. We've got Rick Sanchez, Anthony English, Alex Green, Rick Siebrands, our sponsor out here tonight. Mark Mann, Rem Wyatt, and Jeff Crosby Sr. rolling right here together. Whoa, we've got another one getting loose. Dallas got a little squirrely there. Send him back. Whoa. Watching Forrest Sparks right now. I know Forrest been hanging out in Discord a lot. But as of right now, he's on the track. He is in Discord. We might yak at him a little bit later if we can. We're going to try to get John up here too. Maybe even get Ron up here. Who knows if we get time. Right now, a lot of wiggling going down there on the bottom. Trying to find out who that is. That might be the 54. That might be John. Was that John? Yeah, that's John. John got a little squirrely. Okay, he's all right, but still got a little loose. We've been out here at about 11 laps and now. Remember, fuel, about 15 to 18 laps, somewhere right in there. So we can get a couple of green flag stops, kind of separate the field a little bit. And then we'll, possibility get some more. At the moment, though, everybody's still, either single file or side by side. Watching back here toward the back. And you got Rem Wyatt and Andrew Zonto rolling up on the outside. This is at the tail end of the field of this front pack here. And it looks like everybody else kind of right here together. So everybody's pretty much together except for Dallas Childers, Joseph Holder, and Dwayne Corbett. And these guys not in the draft of anybody. So on the verge of going laps down. Dwayne is already 2 laps down. Dwayne is coming out of turn 4 now. Then Josh Ball is just now entering turn 2 or exiting turn 2. So still have a little bit, and we could probably get some green flag stops in before that happens. Of course, if we get a yellow, that'll change everything too. 161 for Sparks, 53 of Dave Hunt. That's leading that outside group, seeing everybody kind of getting to the bottom, though. So pit road probably going to be opening up here at about just a handful of laps, 2 to 3 laps. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Scott, but yeah, he took it behind the wall and came down pit road and then took it behind the wall. So I don't know if maybe being 3 laps down was a little bit discouraging or what. Joseph Holder, black flag coming down pit road. Dallas Childers also down. That is going to hurt. Joseph is going to get held there, and he's going to have to come out with somebody else, I would think, as we're going to see another handful of drivers come down pit road. Jason Berg coming down pit road. Looks like John is coming down as well. Mark Mann, Ron Dill down pit road. If I'm Joseph Holder, I'm staying in the pits until, a handful of drivers come out. That way I can come out with them, and I'm not coming out of pit road by myself. That's what I would do. We'll see what Joseph does, but it is going to hold him. So it looks like that is exactly what happened. Just enough time there for Joseph to come out. As Jason, John, Mark, Ron, all down pit road and coming out. Getting back up toward the front. We're going to have a big group come down. Josh Ball going to lead a handful of drivers. Zachary Workman, Dustin Loxton, Dave Hunt, Adam Kilday, Harold Rothery, Jerry Bergeron, Andrew Zonto, Rem Wyatt, all down pit road. So I do expect for Sparks, Rick Sanchez, Anthony English, Christopher Jordan, these guys all to come down this time by. We will, of course, watch pit road. Hopefully no black flags, no speeding, no wrecks. We do not want to see any wrecks on pit road. All right, out of turn 4. And it looks like Forrest, Rick, Anthony, Alex, Christopher. Whoa! And we have a wreck on pit road here. Forrest Sparks, Rick Sanchez. Oh, no. What happened? I think the 5 locked. Oh, both of them locked it up. 5 locked it up. 161 locked it up. And then the 5 right into the 161. 161 was sideways too. And oh, no. Well, that gave 4 Sparks a black flag, but it did not give Rick Sanchez a black flag. I don't understand that. But that's not for me to understand, I guess. So, oh well. That is not what I wanted to happen. I said no wrecks on pit road, didn't I? Did I just say no wrecks on pit road? And guess what happened? They wrecked on pit road. Well, as Sass Cannon out there saying, drats. I'll say it, drats. Well, that separated everybody out just a little bit. Josh Ball, Adam Kilday, Zachary Workman, Dustin Loxton. That is the top 4 right here together. Then we have another group of 4. Jason Bird, John Spizek, Mark Mann, Dave Hunt. That's another group. Then another group, a little bit more than 4. We got Anthony English, Alex Green, Rick Siebrands, Jerry Bergeron, Andrew Zanto, and Harold Rothery. Right here together. And going back, Christopher Jordan by himself. Really nobody. He's got a driver behind him. That is Jeff Crosby Sr., but they're really not together. And then Rem Wyatt. Rick Sanchez has a couple of drivers with him. Rondell Dallas. Nope. Who is that behind? That is the 45 of Holder. So Holder's right here, the first driver a lap down. Dallas Childers is the last driver on the lead lap. So definitely probably doesn't want a yellow, but I know Joseph is probably thinking, okay, well, if I get a yellow and I'm not involved in it, I'll get the lap back. You know, Dallas is probably thinking, well, if a yellow comes out, everybody's right back together, so I don't have to take a chance of going a lap down. Probably that's what would be going through my mind. I mean, Eric, I don't know if Steven's still out there, and Eric, I'm sure you've raced a time or two on our racing, so that, you know, it's probably went through your heads too, you know, thinking, okay, I need a yellow, I don't want to go a lap down. Or, you know, hey, I'm a lap down, you know, I get the lap back if a yellow comes out, you know. So we've been there, we all know. And sometimes we've, you know, hoped for a yellow comes out, and then we get involved in it. And, you know, we end up getting ourselves shot in the foot because of it. It's like, well, I needed the yellow, but, you know, guess what? I don't get my lap back. So it happens. Yeah, with still over half of the race left to go here real quick. Again, taking a look at our wind and air and track temp, and still not really budging on really any of it. I think the wind kind of picked up a little bit, but not bad. 5, 6, 7, 8 miles an hour, so it's still right where it was, and the track temp's still 83. So track temp's not bad at all. But making out to be a good race. Now, of course, if this second pack here, Jason Bird, John Spizek, Mark Mann, Dave Hunt, if they can catch this front pack, of course, that'll put 8 drivers all right here together. And then, of course, you've got Alex Green, Rick Siebrands, Jerry, Andrew, Anthony, Harold right here together. So, you know, the more trucks, or the more vehicles, trucks in this case, but the more vehicles you have together in a single line, the better it is to catch another pack. Because you've got 4 up here, and then you've got 4 right here. So you got 4 here, and then you go back a little bit further, and I think you have what? 6? So that would be 10. So you can get 10 trucks working together versus 4 trucks. I think you have a better shot of catching that front pack. Just my take on it. Oh, okay, Scott. in the quiet room. Oh, we got a yellow! No, this is not what we wanted. And, oh, no, it's Andrew. Zonto going around. Oh, no, what happened to Zonto here? Oh, it looks like him and Anthony possibly, maybe? I don't know. Let's find out, shall we? Looks like a lot of movement, a lot of bumping going on here. Oh, right there it was. It looks like Andrew was trying to push Jerry. It's really what it looked like. So, yeah, right there. Oh, it looks like that right front clipping that left rear of the one. That is really kind of what put Andrew really up top side. And then Anthony English is right there. And then that right front to the left rear is what actually sent the 06 around. Just the little mistakes. I mean, there was really nothing anybody could have done. Zonto was trying to push. Anthony was trying to push. And, wrong push, wrong move, whatever the case may be. That's what happened, So, no harm, no foul, no major damage, it looks like. Everybody's okay. However, another yellow is out. Yeah, if they would have been able to stay in a straight line, then that would have been, even better. However, yellow changes everything. Everybody's going to be caught back up. Joseph Holder, I believe, he is going to be our lucky dog. He is going to be getting his lap back. Exactly what he needed to get back on the lead lap. So that actually helped out Dallas Childers here, too. So Dallas not going to go a lap down. He's going to be, still on the lead lap. That's going to put Joseph on the lead lap. And, hey, Scott, are you still in Discord? And are you up for an interview here? Artificial? Okay, you are not in Discord, so okay, I do not see you, but it's okay, it's all right, that's fine. All right, well, let's see here. Let's see, we can pull up, well, might not be able to pull him up if he's not in Discord. So I do not see John in Discord. So we cannot talk to John. However, we can pull up this guy right here, Ron here, and talk to him. Ron, got a copy, buddy?
What's going on, sir? How you doing?
Hey, man. Well, hanging out. I gave them a shout out here tonight, but I figured, you know what? We're under yellow. I'll let you do the honors of doing it. But before you do that, man, kind of talk about what's going on down there on the track and how you're feeling.
Not too bad. The first one was good. I dropped back on the last one just because I was trying to pit. I had like 0.7 laps left, and I had to get down, and then I think Mark, the 04, got me a little bit and got a little exciting in the back there. I had to pit there, so I had to kind of, there was no holes on the bottom, so it's all good. So
no. Well, it looks like the lights are off on the pace car here already. Yeah, man, y'all go green real quickly, but 51 years in the business, man, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's a chain, but it's like it's owned, and it's switched ownerships a couple times in Rockville down on Alpine Road, right off 355, which runs right Wisconsin Avenue down to DC there, if you're familiar with the area. But great place, deep dish pizza. Just if you look at the spoiler, the back of my spoiler, you're looking at the top of the truck right now. I got the broadcast on, But if you look at the back of the spoiler, it's got 2 of the pieces I ate today. So, like, they're on the truck there. So, you know, we made sure we dropped it on there. But they're there. You can see 2 of the slices, man. There you go. It's all right.
Wow.
But great place. I went there with my dad. My dad passed away in '85 when I was young. So, just the place. I worked in Rockville for years, and it'll be missed. It was packed like last week or so. So it was insane. So. Yeah, so it's a fun time. So thanks for shouting them out, and everybody was great all the time over there. Nice employees and the whole 9. So all good. So.
Yeah, definitely so. Well, you know, we're coming up on the halfway mark out here tonight, so I'm not going to keep you, Ron. I'm going to get you back down there with your, I guess you could call them teammates or guys you work with. So, you know, I see you got Dave and Holder. So
check out Dave's truck. He's got all his different squadrons he worked with on the back bed of the truck. So that's a new ride, the AMDO ride for Dave there. So
okay, I noticed the new ride. I'll take a look at it. So here we go.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ryan. All right, I don't want to keep them when they're trying to get going here. So here we go. Pace cars down to the safety of pit road. Josh Ball is in control. And the green is out. Adam Kilday right behind him. Back underway here tonight. OP Super Speedway Unlimited Truck Series. Season number 19, round number 6 here at Daytona. We're sponsored by Rick Siebrands in the Yeti. So a big shout out to Rick and Yeti out there. So that's where the paint comes from Dave Hunt, right there on the bed of the truck. Looks like a lot of them. Wow. I know what some of them are, but I don't know what all of them are. All right. Yeah, Josh Ball. Yep, Josh Ball. I've known Josh Ball for a long time, about as long as I've known these guys over here at OP. So he's one of the guys that when I started broadcasting, I think he was one of the drivers. So I got to know him not only from, you know, other leagues, but this league as well and several others. So I've known Josh quite a while. Quite a while. Remember, I've been doing this. Well, August will be 10 years, so. Ooh, got some scrapage going on back here. I want to say that might have been Ron. Ooh, it is getting wiggly, and he's up into the wall. All right, Ron, keep that truck clean. Got a little bit of a 3-wide situation, though. All right, looks like Zachary Workman dropped it down to the bottom, but Anthony English gonna go up the gap, 3 wide again. Oh! And I thought we were gonna go 4 wide. I thought Siebrands was gonna try to go 4 wide there. Probably a good thing he didn't. All right, lap 51, folks. Halfway there. Here tonight. I probably have years ago, Eric. It's been a while, I know that. Josh Ball, Adam Kilday, Dustin, Jason, John, Red, Jerry, Dave, Alex, Harold. Top 10, we got Workman, English, Crosby Sr., Mondale, Rick Siebrands, Mark Mann, Dallas Childers on the bottom. Ooh, somebody is blinking out. I think that was Ron Dill here. Did a little bit of a blinky going on there, Ron. Andrew Zonto, Joseph Holder, Rick Sanchez. Forrest Sparks also up here with these guys. guys, and Dwayne Corbett. Dwayne, no help whatsoever. Oh. Rounding out the field, though, everybody pretty much single file until you get back here to Ron. And then, of course, we've got Jerry now on the bottom, side by side with a 19 of Workman. Anthony English and a Harold is right up there, the 18 as well. All right, well, getting down to possibly here in about a handful of laps still yet. About 7 laps or so to another round of pit stops. Watching Jerry here, though, he is still on the bottom. He cannot get to the top. Doesn't have any way. If I was Jerry, and this is just me, this is probably the difference between me and these guys. If I was Jerry caught up there, I would probably fall back, but he does have Dallas coming up on him as well as Ron. So maybe they can get something going down there, but you know, with 3 cars or 3 trucks compared to what, 15, 16, somewhere around in there, 14, a lot of trucks out there on the top side. Single file. So they did. They went single file. Nothing going on down there right now here, folks. Everybody has kind of just found a spot on the track to wind down some laps. So I think it's time we do a little bit of cranking up here tonight. What do you say? All right, well, we got some movement going on back here and some side-by-side, so I wanted to get back up on this. It looks like Harold Rothery on the bottom. And the 78 of Christopher Jordan. Jerry also on the bottom. The 4 of Rick Siebrands. You've got Zachary Workman in the 19 on top side. The 15 of Jeff Crosby Sr. And the 04 of Mark Mann, or Batman as he is known. So they are starting to kind of, form up again. How long they stay that way is, remains to be seen, but they are going to be coming up and around. It looks like the 9 of Dwayne Corbett on the backstretch. Dwayne is on the top side. It looks like Zachary was thinking about going top side, and I think he's seen Dwayne. He's like, no, I'll go back here behind the 3 of Alex Green here. I believe that is the 3 of Alex. Yeah. That is the 3 of Alex. So looks like Alex is going to go back to the bottom. Alex trying to make up his mind where he wants to go. But now single file. 14 laps into this run. Getting set for another round of green flag pit stops. Yeah, they're getting ready for some pit stops here, Eric. "40 laps still remain. Next week, before the off week, we will be at Talladega, June 27th. Sponsored by Bubba Winningham, Spinal Cord Injury Awareness. And then the off week, July 4th. There will be no race July 4th. So, first falls on a Wednesday. So, no race on the 4th. We do have drivers on pit road. Let's see who they are. Rick Sanchez, Ron Dill, Joseph Holder, all down pit road. I do expect more to be coming down this time by. Hopefully everybody gets down safe. Here we go. Whoa! All right. Get down pit road. I believe everybody come down. Ball, Kilday, Loxton, Berg, Hunt, Rothery, Spizek, Workman, Jordan, Green, English, Crosby Sr., Bergeron, Mann, Wyatt, Zonto, Siebrands, all down pit road. Everybody, 18 trucks down pit road at once. And I think we even had a little bit of 3 and 4 wide action down pit road, too. So, but everybody made it down. Everybody looks like, as of this moment, making it back out safely. Looks like some single file forming up here. So, good deal. Josh Ball, Adam Kilday, Dustin, top 3. Off of pit road, Dave Ahot, Anthony English, Zachary Workman, John Spizek, Crosby Sr., Bergeron, Alex Green. That's the top 10. But Mark Mann, Rick Siebrands, Jason Berg, right there. Dwayne Corbett even in the mix here, too. Dwayne has been out here. He pitted. Oh, looks like Ron Dill having to come back down. Whoa. Maybe he missed his box. Oh, that's going to hurt. That did put him a lap down, unfortunately. I know he is in chat, I believe, or at least I thought he was. He is going to have to get back out there, and he is. He is going to need a yellow. We see Joseph Holder here, the last one on the lead lap back here in 20th. Josh Ball coming out of turn number 4. And let's see where Holder is. Coming out of 2 now, Josh Ball fixing to enter 1. So getting fairly close to Joseph Holder here. So it looks like about 15 laps is all they're getting. 15, 16 laps. So we take a look at it here. And they pitted out about 3 laps ago. So that'll be about lap 62, we'll say. We'll say probably around lap 77, roughly. They'll have to come back down pit road here. And I have lost all of my pins. So we'll just say lap 77. And then around lap 92. So 77 and 92. So still looking at about 2 more stops. And that's going off of 15 lap runs. So if it's 16 lap runs, then just add 1 extra to what I just said. So it'll be 78 and 93. Get a little dicey back here. Dave Hunt leading this group with Workman English. Then you've got Spizek, Bergeron, Berg, Crosby Sr., Alex Green, Mark Mann, Rick Siebrands at the tail end. Rem Wyatt leading a group with Christopher Jordan, Andrew Zonto, Dallas Childers. No, who is that with them? That is going to be the 06. Okay, that is Zonto. That's the 161-4 Sparks. All right. So Sparks is up here with them. Dallas has actually got Harold Rothery with him. They are, looks like, trying to get up to Zonto. Then Rick Sanchez kind of by himself. Joseph Holder doesn't have any help. Ron doesn't have any help. Dwayne Corbett is with this group right here with Zachary Workman and Dave Hunt. So Dwayne needs some help, and he needs a lot of help. He's 3 laps down. I mean, I guess you could do that. I don't know if you would want a short pit early, though. If you could squeeze out an extra lap somewhere, I think that would help. But yeah, that's going off of what? 16? Hey, Belva. Very interesting race. We've had a couple of green flag stops. We've had a few yellows, 3. Still 32 laps to go. Unfortunately, Rick kind of mired back here by himself right now in 19th. So... But nevertheless, it's been a good race there, Belva. Yeah, 16 laps per tank, so 15 you would just minus a lap. But, man, it's going to be close. That's if we stay green. Of course, we know where yellows, man, they change everything. At the moment, everybody staying out. Nobody coming down early. Everybody gonna, looks like, just kind of trek around the track. Yeah, but sometimes light is not always the best thing, Eric. The slightest bump with a light car, and guess what? You're going around. So I guess it just comes with the territory. It's whatever you're hoping for. Lap 71 though. Lap 71. Everybody's still single file right now. Nothing going on. Everybody trying to wind down the final laps here. Possibly get to another green flag pit stop. I would say we're probably going to end up getting another one here. Nobody at the moment, though, coming down. So everybody, it looks like, going to stay out as long as they can. So this will put them at about lap 77, lap 78. So some of them probably lap 78, but I don't know if I would chance that this late into the race. Also depends on where you're at on the track. If you're not with a pack of cars, then really going to have to decide, okay, when do I come down? Now, the second stop, this first stop that they're going to make, it is going to be important for sure, but that last and final stop, under green, of course, is going to change everything. That stop is going to determine the outcome of your race. Now we're just kind of waiting to see when these guys do come down this time. 11 laps into this run, so it'll be within the next 4 to 5 laps. I would say the next 4 laps, but then again, what do I know? Somebody will probably try to pull out another lap out of it. Unless, Eric, I just thought of something. If you pit at 75, and then you wouldn't have to pit until 90, technically. So what I would do is pit at 75, hope it stays green, pit at 90, and then just in case GWCs come out, you're 10 laps, let's see, 10 laps to the good of the regular race, and you're, what, 6, 7, 8, 9 laps good for a few GWC attempts? I mean, it doesn't hurt to think about. Because if you pit at 90, you'll run at least 10 laps. So let's say you get GWC. You're good. You don't have to come down. You're set. You're ready to go. Tires? Nah, I wouldn't worry about tires. 3/4 of the way done. There's a lot that could go on right now. I mean, a lot. I guess when we start seeing these guys shoot down pit road, I guess we'll know. Oh, here we go. Josh Ball, Adam Kilday, Dustin, down pit road. Here comes the rest of them. Dave, Zachary, Anthony. It looks like John's staying out. So John, Jerry. We got a few others staying out as well, a few more laps. Jeff Crosby Sr. staying out. Jason Berg, okay, all right, different strategies. Christopher Jordan staying out. These guys going to stay out another lap, which they could probably stay out a couple more. Oh, Dallas Childers, Helen Rothery. Both black flags coming down pit road. Ouch. That'll also hurt you. I think they are listening to me. Here we go. Spizek, Jerry, Jason, Crosby Sr., Berg, all down pit road. Christopher Jordan is coming down now as well. So Adam Kilday, these guys have already pitted. Everybody has already pitted. Except for Ron Dill. Ron's going to have to come down here too. He is a lap down. I know Ron is hoping for a yellow. So Jerry is coming off of a pit road, not onto the track yet. There goes Adam Kilday, Josh Ball, Dustin Logston coming around, grabbing the lead. So now they have to pit one more time. So if they stay out, I would go until, let's say, lap 90. I don't know if I would go to lap 92, but I would at least go to lap 90. That way, you're good regardless. Yellow comes out, you do not have to come down. You can stay out. Track position is your game. You're good to go. But you will have to pit at least one more time. At least. We're going to be coming to 20 to go here. They're coming up on the 5 of Rick Sanchez. Unfortunately, that's going to put Rick a lap down. However, he is the first driver a lap down. So if a yellow does come out and Rick is not involved in any type of way or gets any type of X's, then he'll get the lucky dog and get back on the lead lap. Adam, Josh, Dustin probably don't want to see a yellow. I would guess. I would assume. Yeah, we don't want to talk about that, Eric. We don't want to talk about that wreck on pit road. That was bad. That not only upset Rick Sanchez, but it also involved another driver too. So, but both of the drivers, you got to say both of them, Rick and the other driver, they both locked it up. One came down, one came up. They collided, and yeah. So you would just have to go back onto the replay and kind of look at it. I can't go back that far now. Way into the race. That was 1,800 laps ago. Lap 80 coming to 20 to go. This time by All right, 20 laps remain. This is where we stack up right now. Adam Kilday, Josh Ball, Dustin Loxton, top 3. Rick Sanchez is, something is going on with Zachary Workman. Oh, no. Did he blow his engine? We're on a MaxspeedTV replay here. Hang on. Oh, something happened to Zachary, and I think he might have blown his engine. I think he did. I think his engine blew. Or something. Oh, no. I think his engine popped. We are back up live here. He is on the apron here. He is in the grass. It is not fuel related. It is a meatball. So I do believe his engine has popped. John Spizek is out of the race here, too. I am not sure what happened to John. He is on pit road, and then he just disappeared. So something happened to John. I think Zachary's engine popped. We're still green. I think staying behind a driver too long, and then after it blew, he got hit, got rear-ended, but I think it popped before then. And he did have to tow it to pit road. No! All right, so now is the question. 17 to go. How far do you go? Do you go as far as you can and then pit? Or do you short pit, make sure you have enough to make it? Or do you do what I say? That's a good question, because I don't know. I don't know what the... It'd be about 7 laps here, so that would be putting them at about 10 to go. Well, I guess we'll find out. 16 to go. They've been out here at about 9 laps now. We'll find out when they pit. 16 to go. Yeah, always something. There's always something. Adam Kilday, though. Can he... I'm going to go ahead and say it. Can he get his 4th win of the season? Well, we've got a pit, so... $15 to go. This will be 14 to go next time by. I think now, I think you'd be good to go for regulation racing, but I don't know if you would be good to go for any type of GWCs. I really think you're going to have to go a handful of laps here, probably another good 5, at least a good 5 to get you to 10 to go, and you'll be good to go. So, but nobody pitted really. We're at lap, what, 85? We're at lap 85 now, 84 or 86. I guess we'll find out. We'll see what these drivers do. I don't see nobody coming down back here either yet. Not saying they're not, but I don't see anybody coming down, so we'll see. you would pit next time by? Well, we're about to find out. If they do pit, it's going to be close on fuel. I think they'll be okay, but it'll be close. You got 14 to go, so then look like this top group's coming down. So let's check on this second group. That'll be the 53 of Dave Hunt, the 3 of Alex Green. Yeah, it doesn't look like these guys are coming down either, so everybody staying out. Andrew Zonto in the 06, 78 of Christopher Jordan. These guys are going to have to pit as well. They've been out here at about 10 laps, so they're going to be short, but they can pit now and be good to go. But nobody came down, so let's see what happens this time around, shall we? Oh, somebody pitted. Somebody got a black flag. Joseph Holder. Ouch! Pit road here tonight for a few drivers has not been the most friendliest. All right, 12 to go. All right, here we go. Final pit stop. They have been out here at about 13 laps, so a couple of laps short, but this is going to be their final pit stop. Ball, Kilday, Logston, Hunt, Green. Boy, here they come. Green, the second group's coming down. Oh, Jerry's having problems. Well, we're 4 wide down pit road here, folks. Mark Mann, Rick Siebrands, Jerry, Anthony English, these guys down. Here comes Zonto, Jordan, all down pit road. Another handful of drivers. Rim Wyatt, Rick Sanchez, these guys all coming off. Forrest Sparks is down. Ron Dill's down pit road. Interesting. So Jeff Crosby Sr. did not pit. He will have to come down at some point, probably hoping for a yellow. Kind of, you would like to see a yellow come out? Well, I mean, that would help Rick. Honestly, it would definitely help him. He is the first driver a lap down, so he would get his lap back because he has pitted. So, well, with that lap, though, folks, we are at 10 to go here tonight. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in here this evening. The OP Super Speedway Limited Series Season 19, round number 6 here at Daytona. A huge shout-out to Rick Siebrands sponsoring tonight's race. And a huge shout out to everybody out there tuning in here tonight. We do appreciate it. Of course, 17 of you out there tuning in right now. 10 likes out there here this evening. Thank you all so much for that. Do appreciate that. If you haven't already, do so. Hit that like button. Subscribe to MaxspeedTV. I do broadcast 4 nights a week, unless we're off. So tomorrow night, I've got CFM, Checkered Flag Motorsports, Speedway Monkeys, and then Monday night back with OP as well. So, and then Thursday, broadcast Thursday OP2. So, you've got MaxspeedTV 4 nights a week. 8 laps remain. Ball, Kilday, Logston, top 3. Siebrands, Hunt, Bergeron, Englishman, Green. Zonto will round out your top 10. We do have a handful of drivers that are lapped down in the mix here, too. Christopher Jordan, Rick Sanchez, Jeff Crosby Sr. Now, Rick and Jeff Crosby Sr., as well as Rem Wyatt, these drivers are 1 lap down. So, of course, they are, they'll battle it out for the lucky dog. And Jeff Crosby Sr. is right behind Harold Rothery. They are coming up on Rick Siebrands. And Rem Wyatt is not too far behind them either. So, you got Harold right here. Harold, unfortunately, a couple of laps down, followed by Dallas Childers, Joseph Holder, Forrest Sparks, and Ron Dill. These guys from Harold to Ron is all 2 laps down. They would need definitely a handful of miracles out here to get back on the lead lap. I've seen it happen, especially with unlimited GWCs. It can be done. Do they want that? Probably not. Because if we take a look at it here, we've only had 3 yellows for 10 laps with 7 laps to go. Of course, 6 to go this time by 14 lead changes. We've still got 19 drivers out there on the racetrack. Unfortunately, we have lost 5 drivers out here tonight. Jason Berg, John Spizek, Zachary Workman, Dwayne Corbett, and Scott Warren, who all have retired here this evening. Probably going to get ready for next week's race at Talladega. Of course, that track, 2.66 miles, very wide. You're going to see a lot of 3 wide there, and I would not rule out a 4 wide with Adam Kilday. Sorry, Adam. I just had to throw it out there to you, buddy. Because Adam is not afraid to go 3 wide, as we've seen here tonight. But coming to 5 to go here at the stripe, we are going to have to go ahead and mention it. GWCs, and then the way that works. Of course, we're green now, but, between now and just say 4 laps to go, if we get down to 3 or 4 laps to go, if we get a yellow, then that will set it up for a GWC attempt. However, if we go all the way around and take the white flag, and then they wreck, well, there's no yellow because it's the final lap. White flag is out, so they just race it back to the line. Whoever crosses first wins. But green-white checkered attempts with a Saturday series with OP can go all the way up a 215, from what I understand. Hopefully that does not happen, because this time by we're going to hit 4 to go. So now we are within that window of GWC attempts. Yellow comes out between now and the white flag. We will be into overtime. But as of right now, Josh Ball, Adam Kilday, Dustin Loxton have a pretty good lead over our 4th place here of Rick Siebrands, who is almost 14 seconds, a little over 14 seconds behind Dustin. So Josh Ball, Adam Kilday, and Dustin, these guys, they could probably pull away. Josh Ball, though, man, good night. 66 laps he has led here tonight, and he's coming up on 67 here. And that will be 67 laps. Adam Kilday, Dustin, not really pushing the issue, not really, making any sudden moves to try to pass him or anything. They're just kind of riding. We will have to watch after the white flag, though, I would say out of probably turn 4. If Adam or Dustin make a move on Josh, what kind of block is Josh going to make? If Adam or Dustin even decide to make a move, that might not happen. However, coming to 2 to go here at the stripe, Rick and company 14.5 seconds back. 2 to go. We got to go around one more time by me here. Real quick, driver card failed to do that. Tonight's driver card is going to be Ron Walters here. Big shout out to these driver cards out here. That's Ron's. So y'all can pause it and look at it if you want to. If not, that's fine too. But man, them driver cards turned out nice. 2 laps to go. Coming to the white flag. We do not want to see a yellow now. Right? All right, here we go. 1 more lap to go, folks. This is it. This is for the marbles here tonight. Or, I guess, the win. Because they're not playing for marbles. And this is for all the SpaghettiOs. For victory lane. Ball, Kilday, Loxton. This is where I'm going to be at. Because I want to see if Adam tries to make a move on Josh. Nope, but Dustin is. Dustin's going to go to the bottom. He is going to try to make a move into 3 and 4. He's going to have some help. Here we go. Is it going to be enough? It is not. Josh Ball, 70 laps leading and winning the race here tonight. Adam Kilday finishing in the P2 spot. Still a good points night for Adam. And Dustin Loxton finishing in 3rd. Jerry 4th. And they are wrecking back here in the back. So I want to watch this real quick and find out what happened. Jerry edging out. It looks like Rick Siebrands. Yeah, right at the line here. Let's take another look at this, because this was close for that 4th place. Man, that was close. Look at that. Wow. All right. Well, that's going to be Jerry 4th and Rick in 5th. Well, let's get up here. And we'll get Josh, Adam, and Dustin up here for the MaxspeedTV poster race show here, folks. 70 laps that Josh led here tonight. Man, what a run for the Advil Red Bull machine. That's probably not a good mix, but that's what he's running out here tonight. So hang tight. We will be right back. Alrighty, folks. Well, I've kind of caught up with the top three here. I'm going to have to call Josh. I don't know exactly what the deal is with OP, but he can't connect. But anyway, we're going to start here tonight with Dustin Loxton here this evening, finishing third. What a run, Dustin. I know you didn't, lead any laps, and I don't mean you were discussing down there here tonight. Just seems like third place is a spot for you out here, man. But, man, it was one heck of a race out here tonight. Green flag runs, green flag stops, hiccups on pit road, 3 wide. We had a little bit of everything. Talk about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to Alex Green and see if he won't give me the 3 number, because apparently that's my number on Saturdays. But no, it was fun. I said the car count was down about 23, 24 drivers, so it didn't know how it was gonna go, but very few cautions. I was collected, I think, in the first one there. I don't know what was happening, 3 wide to my right, and Harold Rothery, he apologized, said he got pushed down into my right rear corner. And I went for a spin cycle there, locked it down, only had 50 seconds of damage, and that's all it was. But man, I was not expecting a 3-truck breakaway and the long green flag runs that we had to put Ball, Kilday, and I up there just pulling laps, man, out for a Sunday drive.
Yeah, and it seemed like once Ball, you, and Kilday, y'all got hooked up together, man, there was really no catching y'all unless, a yellow comes out. It seemed like y'all work really good together. Is that just communication?
Well, and that's just it. We really didn't have a lot of communication, not nonverbal cues, keying up on pit stop, because I wasn't talking with them, so I didn't know to let me know. But I kind of, keyed up and kind of knew when they were going to be coming in. Workman was part of that group there, because there was 4 of us there for a while that just pulled away too. And then I don't know, I think the caution came out and we were still up in the top 4, and then he came down to top off, and we didn't see him after that next green flag pit cycle, and then it was just us 3. But no, it was surprising how well, and they were trying behind us to link up, trying to get something going. And there's a number of drivers in this series that I will bump draft and do a 3-truck tandem, and Ball and Kilday are on that list. And there's a number of others as well. And we just seen that separation in that space just keep going further and further and further. We nailed our pit stops, which was phenomenal. I think we were all in and out at the exact same time. Nuts to butts all the way on the, apron all the way around. So it just worked out, man. It was a wild race.
Yeah, it looks like the last pit stop was a 7.7, 8.2, and a 7.7. So very close times. And, it looks like the only, a couple of incidents for the second and third here. But, still nothing major. Y'all didn't have to use your fast repair. It was, nothing really, I guess, too concerning at the times, and it worked out here in the end. But it was crazy, man. I gotta say, I don't know what happened to Workman. I think he blew his engine.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I think because 1 minute he was behind somebody, and then the next minute he wasn't. And I think it popped, and I don't know for sure, but I think that's what happened. Maybe we'll be able to, confirm that at a later date, but that's what I'm guessing. So, but man, these races can go either way. They can go either really, really good or really, really bad. And I got to say, tonight was really, really good. Even though car count was a little low, it was great racing overall.
It was. It really was. And I had to poke a little fun. That's what I was telling Kilday and Ball there at the end. I knew my attempt going down the backstretch was not going to last with 3 trucks. It wasn't going to stick. But I told him, I said I had to have a little fun with it. I said at least a little side by side, because we've been running nose to tail for half of the race anyway. So, but I knew that going in, once Ball moved up to the top line and Kilday was behind him and I followed, that's how we were going to end. So I just did one last hurrah, just to at least give you something to talk about up there in the booth.
Yeah, hey, you made a move. It didn't work. You backed off, went right back up into third. You was going to finish third regardless, because the truck that was with you was actually a lap down. So, you didn't really have to worry about losing that spot per se, unless something major happened. But, you were going to get third unless they wrecked. So, But, anyway, it was a great race overall. Of course, Daytona, it's a smaller track compared to the one we're going to next week, Talladega. How do you feel about it?
I love Talladega. Talladaga's well, except for recently. Usually, I mean, Talladega was the only track in OP that I'd gotten wins at. For whatever reason, I could not get it done at Daytona until this past season or two. Got some wins at Daytona, but I don't know. I love Talladega. Talladega's fun. We'll see how these trucks handle there and see what we can't get done. But I mean, if it's anything like tonight, where it's you got to stay on point, you got to run well, pit strategy, you got to hit your marks on pit entry, pit exit. It should be a fun one.
Yeah, and I think it will be. I think car count probably it might be a little bit better. I know Father's Day's tomorrow, so I know probably everybody's doing their Father's Day stuff either today or tomorrow. So that's probably why car count was a little bit lower, which is fine. Of course, it is summer, so everybody's probably camping or doing whatever. So, but, of course, I don't know if you're a father or not, Dustin, but if you are, happy early Father's Day. Okay, well, happy Father's Day. Because I know it's tomorrow. So, want to, make sure I get that out to you there. And, awesome job out here tonight, man. Finishing third, started sixth, battling there with Kilday and Ball. Pretty much all night long, I guess you could say. So, any final thoughts, shout-outs, thanks you want to give before you go celebrate and get ready for Dega, bud?
Oh yeah, like I said, I got to give a shout out to Ball and Kilday. I mean, we all worked, fantastic together. I think that was probably the best that we have worked together in all the time that I've ran over here at OP. But really, it was probably the first opportunity that we really had to work together. But congrats to Ball on the win. Kilday on P2. Super fun running with those guys and look forward to do it again. Got to thank OP. Got to thank the admins, the other drivers that were in here as well. A lot of give and take. Drivers, getting, going a lap down. Definitely, shouted out where they were going to be, made things easier too. And that's the kind of communication that, drivers love to have. So shout out to all the drivers as well that participated. Shout out to you up in the booth, putting on the show. Much appreciated on that. And then everybody on the truck here. Icon Apparel Company, iRacing, iFlag, Boozy Jerky, Victory Fuel, Brez Coffee Co., AI Chief, my hands-free crew chief that I have right now. Awesome program. Go check it out, aichiefracing.com. And then all the Nerditudes fans, nerditudes.gg, go get you some swag, have some fun with it. And yeah, like I said, we'll see what happens. I don't know if I'll be here next week for Dega, which is unfortunate, but I don't know. Time will tell. Maybe I can do at least a position better than third.
Right? Maybe get second. All righty, Dustin. Well, hopefully we'll see you next week, buddy. Go out there and celebrate here tonight, and man, enjoy Father's Day tomorrow, and hopefully we'll see you next week, buddy. Awesome job.
All right, appreciate you.
Thank you, bud. All right, well, that is going to bring us to Adam Kilday here tonight, finishing P2 here this evening. Adam Kilday, buddy, another P2 spot. You started dead last out here tonight, and I know you're not going to stay back here, and you didn't. You came up front fairly quickly, even at times taking it 3 wide. I'm going to start calling you 3 wide Kilday just because of the 3 wide out here tonight. But man, awesome job out here. You led 12 laps. Started dead last, finished second. You got to keep the points lead going forward. Man, talk about it out there here. We got to hear from you, bud.
Yeah. To start off with, I loaded in the session and everything wasn't right. Sim apps is all messed up. A couple of my other overlays aren't clicking with the sim. But I was messing with that. I couldn't get in a lap, so I started in the back, which wasn't too bad. It was a smaller field size, so it kind of made that stuff a lot easier. And then we really I guess it was didn't really know what lanes were where for a little bit. Kind of took a few laps for everyone to get dialed in, I guess. But then once that happened, everyone knew where they were supposed to be on the track, and we started logging green flag laps in, and it really just took. But that first green flag pit stop to really cycle out the fields and stuff. And I think Meatball, Dustin, even Workman on the one run. We managed to pull away for a solid lead the first time, but the caution came out on that. So it ended up bunching us back up, and then we went back green again, probably with like 50 to go or whatever, and just had to hope for more green flag stops. So it was, we hit another solid stop, got another lead, and ever since then, the race stayed green to the end. So that ended up playing a huge favor in our part at the end of the day.
Yeah, you know what? It kind of all worked out. I thought for a second you was going to try to make a move on Ball there to, maybe try to grab another win, but you didn't. You stayed behind Ball. You was committed to him, and that's exactly what had happened. You pushed him to the win. You came in second, and of course Dustin in third. What kind of made the determination not to make a move or try to make a move on Ball, if I may ask?
It's winning in, so you get a win. You're in the playoffs, as long as you make the required starts, which I think it's the same as what it was
last season.
Yeah, so probably good to have numbers for the playoffs, and it gives you guys more of an opportunity to battle each other for positions rather than helping the other person in the postseason, I guess. So,
well,
that throws a mix in it too. But yeah.
Yeah, I gotta say, I mean, it was one heck of a race out here tonight, Adam. I mean, we had, just a handful of yellows. I think 3 yellows compared to the past races. We've had quite a few. Tonight, very, very calm for the most part. A lot of single file, a lot of 3 wide, thanks to you, but, hey, it all worked out. I like seeing 3 wide, so, don't stop the 3 wide just because. I love seeing 3 wide. It makes it exciting, makes people drive, a little bit more careful. So, a lot of 3 wide, some even hiccups on pit road. We had a little bit of everything, but, next week we go to Talladega. I know you're familiar with Talladega. That was, round 2 of the season. You won there. Talk about it. You got 3 wins. You got 2 second place finishes. And now, what's it going to be like going into, Talladega next week before the week break?
We'll see. I mean, oh God, I hope we have a bigger field next week. That would be nice. I know there's oh,
Golly.
excuse me.
Alrighty, folks.
That came out.
Alrighty, folks. What was that? A 1 out of 10. We got to hear from you.
There's better. There's been better. But no, it was. I think we had 24 cars tonight. It wasn't a lot, but it's the weekend too. Coming up to like Independence Day. It's here soon, but it's a lot of stuff going on. So, but for Dega, a lot of people like Dega. We'll see more numbers then, and it should turn out to be a good show. But like for some reason, even though like I prefer Talladega for super speedways, somehow it's like New Daytona. I didn't realize this, but not too long ago, it's something with me and New Daytona. It seems to click. Not sure what it is, but I feel bit more comfortable here and more confident at this track in a way. But it's just, yeah.
Well, whatever it is, it's working.
Yeah, but I'd like to see more Degas on the schedule, but that won't happen. Maybe, what I did miss was we used to do a lot of like night to day cycles here at Daytona. So maybe hopefully we could see one of those again up on the schedule.
Yeah,
that would be nice.
Yeah, we can only hope, see what happens there. But, awesome job out here tonight, Adam. Grabbing, another P2 out here. Like I said, you led 12 laps, so awesome job, man. Any final thoughts, shout-outs, thanks you want to give before you go celebrate and get ready for Dega next week, buddy?
Yeah, we'll do shout out to the group tonight. It was just me, Dwayne, and Ball. Dwayne got caught up in the one wreck up in the front. I think he ended up hitting the inside wall, damaged his truck, so he couldn't get back out. It ended up putting him like a few laps down, and he didn't have the opportunity to fight for waves and lucky dogs. But it sucks for Dwayne. But we'll see him out next week. Maybe Vince and company. But yeah, we'll also do a shout out to everyone that probably pitched in tonight. Dustin nailed his pit stops with us, and if it weren't for that third truck with Dustin helping us out, we probably wouldn't have had that big gap. So shout out to Dustin on that. Shout out to some of the others that probably helped out there too. I think Sanchez pitched in a little bit with the draft some, so I gotta hit him up on that as well. And yeah, MaxspeedTV, of course, on YouTube. You know what I got to say about that. Joshua Medlock in the commentary. Your time's greatly appreciated, dude. And OP Unlimited series and everyone that ended up showing up tonight to race. So it's much appreciated.
All righty, Adam. Well, I know tomorrow's Father's Day. I don't know if you're a father or not, but if you are, happy Father's Day. If you're expecting, happy Father's Day. So, go celebrate your P2 out here tonight. Thank you for those kind words there, Adam. And we'll see you next week, buddy. Awesome job.
Yeah, will do, man. Take it easy.
Yep. Thank you, bud. All right. Well, that is going to bring us to our winner here tonight. He is in Discord, the 33 Red Bull Advil machine. Not a good mixture. I don't advise it. But with that being said, Josh, man, dominating performance out here tonight. 70 laps of the 100 you led out here. And, of course, you started up there in third as well. And, dude, I got to say, man, you fought it. You got it. Grabbed the win. Been a while. Awesome job, bud. Talk about it.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, obviously, like you said, led a bunch of laps. So, yeah, I felt pretty good about the truck. Even when I was kind of far out in front, it seemed like it was faster than normal. I don't know if that's a thing, but even when they were 2 and 3 wide behind me, I was pulling away a tiny bit. So it was kind of interesting at some points. But yeah, had quite a different few people behind me there throughout the race, and then Kilday there at the end for the majority of it. But yeah, it was just watching fuel, saving fuel, trying to stay out front and not just hold the best line. And yeah.
Well, lead the laps, being up front, you're going to burn up a lot more fuel than everybody else. You know that as well as I do. So, as the leader and, being up there with, Adam Kilday, Dustin, and then, Workman was up there with y'all. And, there were several of you at one time. And then, there was just Adam and Dustin. But, leading is kind of the hit and miss, because you want the drivers behind you to go with you. At any time tonight, was you concerned that, Adam or Dustin was not going to come down with you?
Not really. I mean, I felt like once we started the gap at 3 seconds, and then went up to 5, and then went up to 8, and then 9, and whatever we ended at, I knew that if we were going to go, we were going to tell everybody there, just so that they would have a chance to go with us. I think, obviously Dustin or, Workman could have went another lap, probably sitting back in third. But, if we're pulling away from the rest of the field, I mean, we got to go together. So, I mean, it didn't really worry me too much. I knew Kilday, when I was pushing him or he was pushing me, we were just going to go whenever we needed to. So, but yeah, no, I mean, it was fun. It really wasn't a fuel mileage, but it was just, there was one pit stop. I was running out on pit road. Like I clutched it all the way into pits and then was running out going to my stop. But that was one of the ones that when we gapped the most. So that was kind of Kilday's like, see if you can push it for another lap. And I did. And, I just kind of let off. I was dragging the gas a little bit on the backstretch just because I needed to. Otherwise, we weren't going to make it. But I mean, nothing crazy. But yeah, it was a good time. Good pit stop executions on everybody's part. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out for you in the end, coming out victorious here tonight. Of course, Talladega next week. I don't know from race to race when you're going to make it, but, if you are able to make it next week, it's Talladega. What do you like or dislike about Talladega? And if you come out, are you going to try to, maybe grab another win, maybe push somebody to the win? I mean, you got a game plan?
Well, I like winning, so winning's good. I do like that about Talladega, but no, I mean, winning's great and all. I mean, it was more fun just driving around with the guys and just chatting. And we were in a position. Kildare was in a position. Whatever happened, the last pit stop came out. I was in front of him, so that's what we kind of just decided on. And then, yeah, no, I mean, Talladega should be a little more. I'd assume it might be a little more racy, but you never know. I mean, with the draft, it is in the trucks. You could ride middle lane, upper lane, and kind of destroy the bottom. So it's, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, there's a little bit more racing, but I wouldn't mind finishing 11 seconds ahead again. That's
Yeah, that was amazing. Dominating performance out here tonight. Not only by you, but the drivers you were working with, and everybody. I mean, I gotta say, 3 yellows all night long, green flag pit stops. That's amazing.
Yeah. It was a great job by all the drivers out there. I mean, I know there was a couple wrecks, but yeah, I mean, majority of it, hats off to everybody for keeping it green and doing a good race. I mean, that's what besides, if we were closer, obviously it'd have been probably a better show, but I'm sure that I don't know, at least me, Dustin, and Kilday enjoyed it. So
Right. All righty, Josh. Well, awesome job out here tonight, grabbing the win here. Round number 6 here for the Truck Series of the OP Super Speedway Unlimited Series, buddy. Awesome job. Any final thoughts, shout outs, thanks you want to give before you go celebrate, bud?
yeah, appreciate you, Josh. Good talking to you again, MaxspeedTV. No, obviously, I always enjoyed you guys doing the broadcast at our racing and stuff like that, and all the guys out there tonight, and Dwayne and Adam, and which is Dustin. I just said his name 5 times. Dustin for working with us, and Workman. The amount of times during the race, and yeah, just appreciate being up there and challenging for the win.
All righty, Josh. We're gonna celebrate the victory out here tonight, buddy. Hopefully, we'll see you next week at Talladega, bud.
Thanks, bud. See ya.
Thank you, bud. All right, Josh Ball with the win out here tonight. Man, what a race it was. So overall, not bad. 3 yellows for 9 laps. Not bad at all. 14 lead changes. Usually that number's higher, but we didn't have a whole lot of drivers out here. I mean, we had 24. So, it'd have been nice to see, all 24 drivers lead some laps, but Josh Ball had other plans. So, but, awesome race by everybody out here tonight. Taking a look at our unofficial results. Of course, pending any admin stuff they have to do. Josh Ball grabbing the win out here tonight. Dominating performance by Josh. Adam Kilday. Good points night again for him here in 2nd. Dustin Loxton in 3rd. Jerry in 4th. Edging out, actually, Rick Siebrands there at the line. We went back and took a look at it. Man, that was close. But we're going to grab a top 5 here. Dave Hunt in 6th, Anthony English 7th, Mark Mann in 8th, Alex Green 9th, and Christopher Jordan 10th. Andrew Zanto in that 11th spot. Jeff Crosby Sr. in 12th, Rick Sanchez 13th, Rem Wyatt 14th, Harold Rothery 15th, Joseph Holder 16th, Dallas Childers 17th, Forrest Sparks in 18th, Rondell 19th, and Jason Berg 20th. John Spizek 21st, Zachary Workman 22nd, Dwayne Corbett 23rd, Scott Warren will round it out here in 24th. But again, our winner out here tonight, Josh Ball, grabbing the win here this evening. Tomorrow night, CFM right here on MaxspeedTV, 8:45 Eastern, 7:45 Central. You don't want to miss it. But until then, thank you all for tuning in here tonight. We do appreciate it. 11 likes out here this evening. And it looks like, of course, tomorrow is Father's Day. So happy Father's Day to everybody out there, all the fathers out here this evening. And a big shout out to Rick Siebrands out there here sponsoring tonight's race. Next week, that will be at Talladega, sponsored by Bubba Winningham. So, but we got to get to next week, folks, before we get to that race. But big shout out to everybody for tuning in here tonight. We do appreciate it. Until next time, folks, stay safe. Thank you all, and have a good night.